Hi guys, I'm Charlie Book Fanatic, and this is my boyfriend,
Michiel.
And today we thought we would do a review for Illuminae and Gemina, which are two sci-fi books. Illuminae is about a girl called Katie and a boy called Ezra who are both living on this planet that suddenly gets invaded, and they have to be evacuated from their planet on this spaceship, and there are 3 spaceships that are all going to this jump station called Heimdall, and on their way there they get followed by another, basically a ship that is going to attack them. From that point on there are also a couple of plot twists, and basically a hell of a lot happens. And today I thought it would be a fun idea to question my boyfriend, because he has read these books with me. I've read them before and I really like them, so I basically pushed them onto him, and we both read them together, and now I thought it would be a good idea to ask him about his opinions on these books. The first question I have is, how did you feel about Illuminae and Gemina? Like, did you like them? Did you not like them? What were your thoughts on them?
I usually don't read books. I'm also dyslexic, so reading is kind of slow for me. But I did really like these books. I liked the way they were set up. It were basically all documents, so I really liked that.
And which book did you like better? Did you like Illuminae better or Gemina?
I actually liked Illuminae better.
Yeah, I did too. I don't know, Illuminae still had the element of surprise, I guess, and Gemina was more of the same, kinda.
Yeah, it was still great, but...
Yeah, I really liked it as well, but I thought Illuminae was a lot better because they kind of recycled... Spoiler alert, by the way. They kind of recycled the same plot twist, like with the main character dying and then coming back to life again. Like, it is the same thing with Nick they did with Ezra, basically.
Yeah. Well, the same plot twist, but in a very different way.
But still, the love interest died, and then came back to life. Having said that, who was your favorite character in Illuminae? Only Illuminae.
Either Katie or Aiden, because Katie had a really great attitude.
Same.
And, well, I'm a nerd, Aiden was an AI.
I get that. I especially like the dynamic between Katie and Aiden, because that was a huge part of the first book. And who did you like most from Gemina?
Well, that's kind of hard.
I know. There were a lot of characters in Gemina. There were more characters in Gemina than there were in Illuminae.
I don't know. I thought Nick was a pretty cool character.
He was kind of a criminal kind of
character.
character.
He was a criminal, but he was... at first a pretty creepy guy.
Kind of a pervert, yeah.
But he was funny and had a story, and I think it was a great character.
Yeah, I agree with that. And overall, if you had to choose one character, who would it be?
Still Katie or Aiden.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. Katie was like the most badass character in the whole series. Like, I loved Hannah from Gemina as well, but she was badass in an entirely different way, and I kind of liked the whole hacker thing that Katie had going on more than I liked the whole busting into the door with weapons thing that Hannah had going on. I
did really love the Heimdall plot twist thing, though, with the...
Oh, yeah, I get that. With the whole...
portal thing.
Whatever.
Wormhole, yeah.
And what did you think about the format? Like, did reading through documents, was it easier than reading with just words, or was it harder? Did it go faster for you?
It went way faster, except for the surveillance footage.
Yeah,
that was
mostly text.
Mostly just like a normal book. But the rest went way faster, also because there was a lot more white space between everything, of course. But the fact that it switched it up made it really easy to read, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when the text was very short and then it switched from email to like chat logs and stuff like that. But then you would switch the page and it would come to surveillance footage and you were like, surveillance footage, and then you were like dumb surveillance footage, and then you would like, read like another email, and then it would be more surveillance footage. That was mostly the case with Gemini. I feel like there was a lot more surveillance footage, and then it was kind of annoying because you were so into it, and then we would have to read like 10 pages of surveillance footage.
And I really like the conversations because we could read them together, and I had to one part, you do the other part, and
yeah, we would read those conversations out loud. Like there were these chat logs, and then we would like choose roles and then read it out loud. Sounds kind of nerdy, but it was actually really fun. Did you feel the story overall was predictable, unpredictable? Did you see any of the plot twists coming? I feel like you did, to be honest. Like you said to me about Ezra, I think.
I did see a few things coming, but
I don't think you saw his cousin coming though. I'm not sure. Nick's cousin I'm talking about. Like she disappeared for a while.
Yeah, I thought she was gone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but Ezra you saw coming, I believe, like that he wasn't really dead.
Yeah, but I was still shipping Ezra and Katie, so I was still like, he has to come back.
Yeah, he can't be really dead. That'd be so sad.
Since it's a trilogy, I really wished for all the characters to come back together in the last book, which isn't out yet.
Also, he spoiled himself because he read the synopsis for Obsidio, which is the third book in the series, and then he basically knew that all the characters would survive. So, yeah. I was really mad at him for that.
But I shipped that before I read it.
What do you think about the ending of Gemina? The ending, let me, talk about this for a bit. The ending is mostly talking about the Illuminae group and all the characters coming together and the storylines coming together because Gemina is kind of, it's set up differently. You mostly don't see Katie and Ezra, like only a little bit, but at the end of it, everything comes together and all the characters turn out to be in the same Illuminae group.
I kind of predicted that, and I really wished it would happen. So
yeah, I know.
I was glad.
The same thing happened at the end of Illuminae, I believe. Katie was talking to like this courtroom, I believe it was. It was the same courtroom as in Gemina with what's her name again? I know her last name. It was Leanne. I think she was called Leanne. Did you have a favorite moment in Illuminae or Gemina? Like that you distinctly remember?
The moment where you kind of realized Aiden was an AI, but not entirely bad. It went mad, but it was still trying to protect the ship.
Yeah, I get that.
And kind of them trying to play the crazy AI.
Yeah.
Trying to trick it into making the situation better.
Yeah, definitely. I also have written down, do you have a favorite character dynamic? And I want to say that my favorite character dynamic, I touched on this earlier, was Aiden and Katie. Especially because Aiden had this creepy crush on Katie. And I wasn't entirely sure why. But you could really see it, that he was like just madly in love with her.
Like, Katie was just as important as the main task the AI was created for.
Yeah.
Those are like the only two logical things it still had in mind.
Yeah, it was just really creepy to read. Like, he would talk about her being beautiful, and then there would be error. Like, he couldn't feel anything or really think anything. Like, she's beautiful, but not really. He would make these analogies, like, he'd say something like, I feel ... but you could actually feel something because he's an AI, so he obviously doesn't know how something feels. And that would be really funny because he would say these crazy things and then suddenly error, and then he would go on with something else entirely. Would you consider yourself a reader after you finish these books?
No.
Why not?
Well, I'll still be reading books with you, probably, but...
Yeah. I'm still making you read books by yourself, obviously. Because I'm giving you We Were Liars.
Well, fair. But...
You wouldn't
I don't
read by
consider
yourself.
myself a reader because exactly.
You wouldn't pick
do
up a
it by
book
myself.
by yourself, basically. Okay, I get that. But I am making him read, don't worry. What surprised you the most about these books? I think how much you liked them.
How easy it was to go through them.
Yeah, that's why...
And how much I liked them, because eventually we read Gemina apart, because we weren't together.
Yeah.
And we decided to read so many pages each day.
Yeah.
And I kind of flew through it.
Yeah, I know. He would be like reading so quickly, and then I would have to catch up because I had other things to do when he was still on vacation. And I was like, oh no, I have to read all of these pages at the end of the day. It would be really annoying. But yeah, he flew through it. I recommended him these books based on the documents because I went through it so quickly and I thought he would read it very quickly too.
There were 2 days where we decided how many pages we would read, and I kind of read more and lied to you, and then I skipped a day.
Wow.
That's true.
Well, you heard it first, folks. Favorite villain type character? So who was your favorite villain? You would probably say Aiden. But he was not really... He was a villain and then he was not, but...
I'd probably say Aiden, but a close second, which is probably more interesting, is the boyfriend Hannah started out with. Who double-crossed her and then eventually, totally in the end, acted like he killed Hannah and Nick.
Yeah, but like he killed everyone.
Himself, basically. So he was a bad guy, but he did something good at the end.
That's true. I forgot all about him
cool
actually, but yeah, he was a pretty cool character. I especially liked what's his name again? I really liked Cerberus, who was like the commander of the whole villain team in Gemina. I don't know why I liked him so much. I liked him the first time I read Gemina 2, but he was just, I don't know, he had this kind of funny personality, but also was strangely cruel. And then the conversations he would have with the team members and just like the captains of all the different teams, like Alpha Team, Beta Team, it was just very funny to me how they would make jokes to him and he would just ignore them and like continue talking. And I don't know, I just really liked him as a character, even though he didn't have much character development or anything. Then this question, I included this because I thought it was funny. Which character do you want to give a good punch in the face?
Also the ex/current boyfriend from Hannah who sacrificed himself in the end. When he double-crossed her, he was kind of a dick.
I think I want to give everyone a good punch in the face at a certain point in the book. Like, like sometimes...
Nick too, when he lied.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The tattoo.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just sometimes these characters make stupid decisions and I'm like, why in the hell would you do that? But obviously they're making split-second decisions and they don't really think about them, and I'm like reading this book and I'm not really full of adrenaline. Also,
okay, it was the AI, but Aiden when I forgot so many names. The captain of the
Sierra?
Hypatia or the other one, I'm not sure, wanted to return to his own ship, but Aiden wouldn't let him because the AI would blow everything up.
Oh, yeah, okay, I get that. Yeah, definitely. Oh.
Punch an AI in the face.
Punch it. Do you have any predictions for the final book? Obviously, there will be 2 new characters. And I hope all the other characters will be in there.
I think there will be quite a big part where they'll all be together and as the Illuminae group defeat evil Batek.
Yeah, I do hope so, because it would be kind of a disappointment if they were all...
I really wanted to come together.
Yeah, you were so disappointed when you read the synopsis. This is why you read the synopsis in the first place, because you want to know if the next book would follow the same characters, but it follows 2 different characters. I believe it follows Katie's cousin and her love interest. But I do hope every character will be in there for a huge part and not like the first 2 books, because that would be kind of disappointing if we would just see the same characters at the end of the book. Yeah. We don't get to see any of the characters anymore. But yeah, any predictions? I do hope they won't use the same plot twist again. Let's just not.
Katie definitely dies.
I don't think anyone died. I think it's predictable like that. But would you recommend this series overall, like Illuminae and Gemina, from what you've read?
Definitely. Also for non-readers, it's definitely a good try, at least.
I definitely agree with that. And I'm happy you like these books so much, and I'm obviously going to push him more to read more books, because I am a huge reader and he definitely wants to try all the books I recommend. So we're currently reading The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers together, which I've also read before, but I thought I would really like it. So, so I'm pushing him to read it with me. So this was our review of Illuminae and Gemina. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see my boyfriend more on this channel, he's definitely open to that. So let me know down below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!
Bye!